My favorite Jensen quote would definitely be, "What you do is not who you are." He said that before the last performance of Pirates of Penzance, and it just always stuck with me. It's a really good quote to think about when you need it.
He pushes me so hard, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Mr. Jensen is probably one of the most dedicated, inspiring, and fearless people I've ever met. He is so dedicated to his students and his job and his family and his life. He has a million things going on all the time, but he always seems to find time for everyone.
We all know that you put way more work into it than was ever asked of you, and no one was ever telling you to do it, but the fact that you were as driven as you were was really important to all of us.
So much for everything you've done for me over these past 4 years. You've taught me so much, not only about choir, but about really having passion for the things that you do. I've really appreciated all of your speeches before the musicals. I think they're really inspiring. I'd have to say though that my favorite memory was probably when you told Advanced Treble Choir that you loved us. That just made my heart sing, both metaphorically and a little bit literally.
I just wanted to thank you for providing an environment where I was free to make mistakes and be who I am, and I never had to worry about being judged. You've honestly given me a second family with all the work that you've put into this department, and I can never thank you enough for it. I've always appreciated your long talks that you give us before homecoming or prom or just sporadically throughout these 4 years. What you say I've always taken to heart and really considered and applied to my own life.
You're easily one of my favorite teachers and biggest role models, and I've always looked forward to going to your class. You make it so enjoyable with your great sense of humor, and I also love how you always looked at the group as individuals and really made us all feel like we belonged there, which really meant a lot to me. And also thank you for being tough on us and challenging us to improve and be the best we can, because I've learned the hard way that not everything comes easy in life, which is okay because that's only going to make me work harder.
Without Mr. Jensen, I would not be where I am today. I'm going to study music education, and I hope that music is a part of my life for the rest of my life, and it's all because of Mr. Jensen. He inspired a passion for music that I didn't have before. And then my favorite trait about Mr. Jensen would be he's such a caring, compassionate person. Like, even though sometimes he gives you harsh criticisms, he's still you know that he's doing it because he loves you and he cares for you.
I just wanted to thank Mr. Jensen because he's made learning about music and making my life a whole lot easier for the past 4 years. I've gotten to learn that you can laugh while learning, and that's pretty cool.
Everyone, Jim Gritschke here. I wrote Mr. Jensen a song. I'm going to play for him right now, okay? I didn't write any words. No. Hey, Dave! That still sounds really weird. I'm just going to call you Mr. Jensen. Maybe in another 10 years we'll work on Dave. So this is pretty cool, making this big giant video for you. I'm kind of happy to be a part of it. You know, you're a huge part of my life. You've always been, and I'm pretty sure you're always going to be. You're the one that convinced me to join the musical my freshman year, and that kind of set me off for the rest of my life. I like to think that every time I take a step up, you're going to be the one behind me pushing me up there. So I have you to thank a lot for most of my, if not all of my success.
Mr. Jensen, first I want to say thank you for everything you did for not just for me, for everyone in the choir and the music department and the theater. And I just want to say that you're not just my teacher. I don't consider you my teacher. I consider you this guy that I can go and just talk to, and I love that about you.
I really do appreciate everything he has given me, all of the opportunities, and though I worked hard for them and I pushed myself, he was right along there with me. He was my coach, pretty much.
Mr. Jensen has changed my life in so many ways. When I started theater, I originally got involved with Mr. D in the fall play, and then everyone was telling me, you have to take choir, you have to take choir. and I was like, okay, what's the big deal about choir? I guess I have to try it out. And so I did, and it's made all the difference in the world. Like with theater, I would have some theater friends, a few people here and there that I know, but especially with a musical that I may not have done had I not done choir, I may not have made it. How much I've grown, not as a singer, but just as a person, is thanks to Jensen, because you grow as a singer in choir, but I grew as a person from Jensen. And so I want to thank you, Jensen, for that.
What would Prairie Ridge Choir be without Mr. Jensen? PR Choir without Jensen is like the Daughters without the Major General. Without Jensen, I would not have the opportunity to slap as many boys as I have in my life, so thanks.
Oh hey Jen.
Hey!
Hi, what are you doing?
Painting the door.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite trait about Mr. Jensen?
My favorite trait about Mr. Jensen would have to be his ability to never back down, and he's so adamant about whatever he believes in. And just the way that that influences the students and teaches them that no matter what, there's still a way and there's still a how, and that you should always follow it because your goal is your goal and it's nobody else's. What's your favorite trait of Mr. Jensen?
Wow. That was a sweet answer.
Thank you.
I think my favorite trait about Mr. Jensen would have to be his glasses. Definitely his
yes.
glasses.
I forgot about that.
And probably the way he treats us like adults and children at the same time. He really connects to us in that way, and he makes us feel mature when we're supposed to feel mature, and he teaches us lessons like he would for his own kids whenever he feels that he needs to. But he couldn't do it without his glasses.
Couldn't. Or the socks.
When I was in All Shook Up, I had to perform a duet with my character's love interest. I was struggling to get my part down because I had to sing notes that were not in the melody. So as I sat at the piano with Mr. Jensen, he taught me that this was called singing harmony. I've come a long way since then, and I owe so much to Mr. Jensen and his program.
I honestly don't have enough words or time to tell you how thankful I am that this man has impacted my life. And I still to this day look up to him even though I graduated last year. So I would just like to say thank you. Your life lessons and really strange analogies always seemed to have such an impact in my life. And I still remember those awesome and somewhat awkward conversations that would always happen in the choir room where you would sit us down and tell us stories about your years in high school or your kids or just anything that you thought we would enjoy, because we always did. And I would just like to say thank you.
Without Mr. Jensen, I would definitely not know how to sight read, and I think that he has really given me a lot of confidence in singing and in life, because I've definitely had to learn how to be comfortable with myself on stage and just in a classroom setting. So I just would like to thank Mr. Jensen for helping me be a little less awkward.
Jensen, I have a theory test in like 4 hours, but I'm not studying. It's okay, you already taught me everything.
Thank you for everything you did. You gave me my best of friends and my very broad musical knowledge that I have.
Thank you so much for the last 4 years and for nurturing my love of music and helping me get to where I am today. I couldn't have done any of this without you. And thanks for being hilarious.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Jensen.
Thanks.
I know acapella is gonna rock it at IMEA next year. Woo!
Well, so thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm really gonna miss you next year, but I'll see you from the audience working your eye candy self, so good luck.
He taught me lessons that I will never forget and definitely had a huge impact. I know I've said that a lot, but honestly, he has helped me grow into the person I am today. So all I can say is thank you so much. You are such an amazing man and the biggest mentor I had.
Thanks for everything.
Thank you so much for all you've done. You're one of the best teachers I've ever had. I will always be impacted by the things that you taught me.
Thank you, Mr. Jensen.
Thank you for believing in me and for encouraging me, and thank you for inspiring me.
Mr. Jensen, thank you very much. I appreciate all you've done. I love you.
By the way, you kind of look like my dad. So like I call you dad sometimes, but not because like you really kind of look like my dad. Like I'll send you a picture. You kind of look like my dad.
Hey, Mr. Jensen. Hope you enjoyed this video that Adrian and I prepared for you. Say hi, Adrian. Hello. It was a fun process putting it all together. Everyone really came together in order to get this video done. They said they enjoyed making the videos just as much as we enjoyed putting them all together. So yeah, I mean, you were one of the greatest teachers that Adrian and I have had the pleasure of having and working with. We hope you enjoyed the video, and you'll certainly be missed, Mr. Jensen. Thanks for everything.